same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful babies. It is Thursday, and welcome to our morning show where we come and put a little something in our tea to sweeten it up, a little something in our coffee to lighten it up this morning, y'all. Thank you again for joining me on our morning show, and thank you again for being so patient with me during these last couple weeks during my transition. It is almost over, y'all. We are on the countdown. I am on, today is Wednesday for me. It'll be Thursday when you guys hear this message. And that is my last day in this apartment. And it's so bittersweet for me, guys. Like, it is so bittersweet for me. Like, I'm excited about being able to, new adventures. I'm excited about that. But this place for me has so much sentimental value because I healed here. I grew here. I've started my YouTube channel here. I got all of my certifications here. I discovered my self-love here. So it's sentimental. It's bittersweet. I've walked through the house and I've cried and I've, thanked God for all the many beautiful experiences that I've had here. Just a lot of beautiful things have happened here in the last 3 years in this apartment, and it is definitely a situation I'll always look back on for the rest of my life. This place will have sentimental value to me for the rest of my life. So much so that I almost don't want to let her go. But anyway, today I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something important, and it is called surrendering. Let's just talk about surrendering, okay? Letting go and letting God, for real. Like, we talk about that a whole lot, but I want to break it down today and really get in depth about what it means to let go and let God. Um, you know, there comes a times, and this again for me has happened here for me. Like, there came a time where it was like change was imminent, and it was nothing I could do to change to stop it. It was change was coming in my life, whether I wanted it or not. Again, even the move from here, and the move from me letting go of a lot of things in my career. It's been a lot of transition, and I'm a control freak, y'all. I'm a straight control freak. I'll be real honest about it. As a Gemini, we like control. We like to know what the next steps are. We like to have a plan. We don't just like to just haphazardly do things and then wherever we end up, we end up. No, we like to have a plan. And when you surrender, y'all, it is so hard to surrender because surrender means you let go of the outcome. You are letting go and releasing control of the outcome. And that is so hard to do, especially when you're a control freak and need to know the outcome before you can make a move because you want to know how to move, where to move, when to move. And when you don't know the outcome, it is such a, oh my God, those are the moments in life that I do not like. And I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I don't like those moments in life where God is not revealing the plan to you. And sometimes, y'all, we just won't know what the plan is. God won't reveal the plan to us because we'll mess it up. We get in the way and start thinking that, he needs our help. It's just many ways that we can get in the way and mess up a plan if we knew the plan. And so sometimes God will completely keep you in the blind to the very last minute, y'all. I'm talking about to the gnat's ass of a problem. Okay, you'll be thinking in your mind that it's over, that there is no way that God's going to show up at this point because it's over, it's done. Nothing is yet set in stone, is what I'm hearing right now. Okay, nothing is yet set in stone. You have to keep believing in the impossible all the way to the finish line, babies. I'm talking about all the way. Never stop believing in the impossible. As long as you have breath in your possible, look at that. As long as you have breath in your body, you are possible and anything is possible. Okay. You have to keep believing in the impossible, even when it looks impossible. Okay. Come on now. We got a word in that this morning. You have to keep believing in the impossible, even when it looks impossible. Okay. So, oh man, this is a good subject this morning. I really like it because there comes a lot of times in our lives where again we are seriously leaning on blind faith. We are seriously leaning on blind faith. We have no idea if there's a step, where the step is located, where the step is going to take us. We have no idea. But we simply take the step based on our faith in God and knowing that whatever the step is, it has to be in for our good. It has to be. Because if God ordained and ordered the step, then it cannot harm us in any way. It can only elevate us, and we must simply trust in the process without knowing the outcome. We have to let go and release control and let divine timing take place in your life. Surrender. Okay, I wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about surrendering this morning. We must learn to surrender, let go, and let God. Okay, so many times you know, we have control. God gives us free will, and we do have control. But in this instance, in these instances that I'm talking about this morning, those are the times where we are so frustrated with God because we have no clue where our life is going. And sometimes, based on our past experiences, we may take that road that leads us to dark thoughts, depression, start thinking about, the worst case scenarios, that type of thing. But if you have evolved and you're transforming, elevating, and self evaluating, then you understand that you don't always have to understand the plan. You don't have to know every detail. You don't need to know every turn. This ain't, God is not going to give you the turn by turn directions to this here plan. He's simply going to tell you where to show up and he will do the rest. That's all we have to do is be obedient to our intuition and what it's telling us to do. Okay? Listen to those nudges, especially when they become overbearing. You ever had those nudges that keep you up at night, that you can't sleep? They bothering you all through the day and all through the night. You seeing things that just constantly keep you in this energy. That's God trying to nudge at you, trying to tell you that a very important step in your life needs to be taken. Needs to be taken. So please be cognizant of these messages and these nudges that God will give you. When something is eating at you, there is a reason for it. It's either to heal you or to elevate you. Either way. Okay, everything that comes to you in life, even if it's meant to harm you, can turn out to be something good for you if you allow it to. Everything, and I mean everything, everything. We can turn it into a good thing or we can turn it into a negative thing for us. It's simply us to us. It all depends on our perception of the situation and how we see it and how we navigate around it. Are we having negative thoughts around it? Again, are we building worst case scenarios around it? Or are we seeing this as an opportunity to do some shadow work, an opportunity to heal a part of us that needs to be healed? Nothing wrong with healing. In fact, that's the best thing we can be doing for the rest of our life because this is what this is all about. Life is about healing and proving to God that we will not give up our faith in Him no matter how hard the road gets, no matter how many detours we run into. We will not lose the faith. We will surrender and let go and let God. Okay? That is this message this morning because a lot of us, we stress ourselves out so badly, worrying about the outcome, worrying about the next move and this, then, and we have to learn how to live in the right now. The right now. What is going on this very moment? What is God ordaining and ordering for you to do in this very moment? Maybe in this very moment, what you need to do is get some sleep, get some rest, because you're tiring yourself out trying to figure out what his plan is, and you will never figure out what God's plans is. The moment you think you know what God got planned, he's laughing. And he'll come out of left field with something that you wouldn't have dreamed of in a million years. That is that impossible becoming possible. So just keep the faith and surrender. One of my favorite stories that I used to listen to Oprah Winfrey talk about. Again, I love listening to the greats. I love listening to people who have walked a mile in, a path I've would like to go down or have gone down myself. And Oprah Winfrey is one of those people who I think her story is amazing. And she had a video out that talked about her experience with trying to be on The Color Purple. And it just was really strange how she kept saying she wanted to be in it. And it's a long story. If you guys get a chance, go Google, not Google, but on the search box in YouTube, put in Oprah Winfrey Color Purple experience. And it should come up of talking about how she auditioned and how she got picked to play that role. But it was something that she had been asking for and trying to manifest for quite some time. And when the opportunity came up for her to do it, it just a lot of turn of events, a lot of things happened obviously in her favor. But one of the things that she said that she did was after auditioning, because she was so, anxiety was through the roof, that she decided to say, you know what, God, I surrender. I surrender. And that is when she got a phone call, I believe from Steven Spielberg himself. Again, if you guys want the facts or, the whole story, it is a YouTube video that you can find and go watch. But the moral to the story that I'm trying to get to, the point I'm making is that she talked about how she surrendered. She finally just let go and just let God. The thing that I've been saying and I've learned is that whatever is meant for us, nothing and no one can stop it. Nothing and no one can stop it. These things may be delayed or prolonged, but what is, and what ain't. And whatever God has already ordered and ordained for your life, nothing and no one can stop it, including you. So when it's time for these things to happen, they will happen. And God is just asking us to release control, relax, sit back, enjoy the ride, let go of the wheel, let Jesus take the wheel, and understand who's in charge. And surrender. Surrender all your troubles to God. Surrender all your problems to God. We don't know how to surrender. We'll say we surrender. We'll say, okay, God, I lay my problems at your feet. But then we go and we start worrying about these problems all over again. Oh my God, how am I going to do this? And then how am I going to do that? And I don't have the money to do this. And I don't have the resources to do that. And how am I going to make this happen? And God, I thought you said you surrendered. I thought you said you gave the problems to God so he can handle them. If he did, understand he does not need your assistance. He is the Almighty. He does not need your assistance in anything. In fact, remember who made who. Okay, so when you say you surrender, really surrender. Don't just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk of surrendering, which means that you release control, meaning you don't have to know the outcome. You don't have to have a map quest, a turn by turn map of how to get to this guidance. It's going to come to you in the right timing. When you're ready to receive it, it will come to you freely with no problems. So I just really thought that would be a good subject to come and talk to you guys about, especially if you're out there this morning and you're at a crossroads in your life. You got some important decisions to make. Be still. Be still for a minute. Be still and be quiet and let God listen for his voice You can't hear God's voice if you constantly in conflict with other people, if you constantly in your head and in conflict with yourself. If you're full of anxiety and stress, how can you hear God's directions for you? You're going to miss the boat and prolong your gifts once again. Again, you can never stop the process, but you can prolong it because you have free will. And if you don't do the necessary shadow work, if you're not listening to God's guidance, if you're not following your intuition, if you're not putting yourself first, you may miss your opportunities and you may have to wait for that ship to sail again. Who wants to do that? We wait long enough as it is. Imagine how frustrating it would be for you to wait years and years and years to achieve something and then get right there at achievement and you don't get it for something really stupid because you were in your own way. Spirit is saying this morning, let's surrender. Let's let go and let him have control. Let's let go and let God have complete control over our lives. Listen for his voice. Listen for his commands. Listen for the ordered and ordained steps that he gives you. Surrender the need to know every step, every turn. And you may not know these things, but you do know that if God is in charge, there's no way that you won't win. Okay? That's my message for you guys this morning. I love you guys so much. Again, I just want to thank you guys for being here with me every morning. I want to thank you guys for being patient with me through this transition. Oh my God, it's been a very emotional transition for me. Not just a physical one, but emotional. Because again, I'm moving to another level in my life now. Things are changing, my career is changing, everything's changing. And it's tumultuous. Change is tumultuous. And that's why a lot of people don't like change. But I encourage you to embrace change. Change is necessary, okay? We can't evolve, we can't transform, elevate, and self-evaluate without change. It is necessary. So, again, I'm your Tease Coach, and you know what we come here to do. Heal one heartbeat and one person at a time. Mwah! I love you. And y'all know it ain't a damn thing y'all can do about that. I'll see y'all right back here for It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. All right, y'all. Self-Care Friday coming up next. See you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.